Hi everyone. Today we will be going through the JointStrong mobile app. The JointStrong app is currently available on both the Apple App Store as well as the Google Play Store. Once you download the app, you'll see a screen like the one in front of you now, and you'll swipe right to get started. So after swiping right, you'll see a brief video that describes more about the app and how the app works. And then you'll be selecting a pathway to go down, whether that be self-assessment or prevention. So the self-assessment pathway is going to be for people that are currently experiencing a musculoskeletal problem, and prevention is going to be for those who want to prevent common musculoskeletal problems. We'll go down the self-assessment pathway first. So once you start the pathway, you'll be asked to either log in if you have an existing account or create an account if you don't have one. To create an account, you just need to type in your email, password, select your age group, and then type in a company or clinic code. So this is optional, but if you do have a company or clinic code, then you'll type it in here. This will allow us to tie you to your specific company or the specific clinic that gave you the app. After that, you can view our terms of service and privacy policy, and then click agree for those, and then go ahead and sign up. So once you create your account, you'll be selecting which body area you want to focus on. So we have everything from low back pain, neck pain, knee, shoulder, all the way down to wrist and hand, as well as ankle and foot. So this is the full list of what we have in the app. So for the demo today, we'll go through the low back pain option. So the first thing you'll see is a couple of educational pieces on what a baseline is, both a function baseline and a symptom baseline. This will be an important concept that we cover in the app. So you can click on these and you'll get a pop-up that gives you more educational information about those. So once you click next, we'll start collecting specific information about your condition. So we'll first ask where it's located at, how your symptoms behave, whether they're constant or on and off. And then we have a safety card that will prompt you if you have any of these conditions to consult your doctor before using the app. Next, you'll be entering in your pain and function so that we can get a baseline of where you're starting out. And then you'll be able to track these as you progress through the app. So next, we're going to ask you some specific questions about how your symptoms respond. So first we'll ask whether your back gets stiff when standing up. Next, we'll ask if you have any increased pain with sitting. And then we'll ask you to do a couple movements to see if you have any difficulty with those. So bending backwards is one example, bending forwards is another example, and so on. So we'll click yes if you have some problems with bending forward. So at that point, you'll get a prompt about our JointStrong Health Coach. So the JointStrong Health Coach is available to help with any technical problems you have about the app. Also, if you want to have a more robust session where you actually have a health coach guiding you through the entire process and sort of guiding you through how to do the exercises and really being there for you the entire process, you can click the question mark in the upper right-hand corner and be connected with the JointStrong Health Coach. So at this point, you're going to be testing your baseline. So based off of the information we put in the app so far, bending forward is going to be your baseline. And the way the baseline works is it's going to be a movement that we'll test out periodically throughout the app to see how different exercises can affect your baseline. So you'll want to remember how your baseline feels so that you can observe changes that may or may not happen to the baseline. So next, you'll get another informational screen that will tell you a little bit more about pain and how your body responds to pain. So you can click on that video to learn more, or you can click on the buttons up here that are going to tell you some more information. So next, we're going to try out a few different movements. So the first movement we'll try out is called extension and lying. And we're going to see how your condition responds to that. And so we'll have you do 10 reps of this movement. And if you're not in a position to lay down currently, you can also click other options and then switch to standing, where you can do it, let's say, over a countertop instead of lying on the ground. So after you do 10 reps, you'll put whether you're better, same, or worse. So we'll say that you're getting worse for the purposes of the demo. Then we'll have you do 5 more repetitions of the movement just to confirm. And then we're going to test to see how that affected that baseline that we were testing up front. So based off of what we've put in so far, the app is suggesting that we move on to a different movement. So this movement is going to be called side glides. And so we're going to have you do 10 reps of this movement and then answer the same, better, same, worse questions. So if you're getting better, it's going to ask you to do 10 more reps of the movement. If you get better again, we're going to test out that baseline. So you do it once or twice and then see how your baseline's affected. So based off of what you've put in the app, we're then going to come up with a movement plan. So the movement plan is going to be based off of your responses to the different exercises that we've had you do. And it's going to tell you how many reps to do, how many times per day, and then how many days that we want you to do the movement before you reassess. Also, it will give you some reminders about following your movement plan, and then also ensuring that you do proper technique. And then at the bottom, you can see the movement that you're being assigned to. After that, you'll get some information about next steps, and you'll be taken to a dashboard that's going to allow you to track your progress as you use the app. So you can track things like function, for example here. You can also track function as well as pain, and then you can also track your movements. So by going to the movement tracker, we're going to have you check your baseline, check 10 reps, and then check your baseline again. And each time you do one of those movements, you'll see up top here that you're completing a session. Out of your 6 sessions for the day, you've completed 1 so far. Then after 2 days, you'll click this reassessment section down here, which will allow you to go back into the app and reassess where you're currently at with your condition and see if we need to keep you on the same movement or whether we need to have you change movement. Once you've gone through the app and let's say you've completely resolved this condition, you can either go back in and assess another body part at that point, or we recommend that you switch over to prevention, which you can access by going to the hamburger button up top and then switching the toggle over to prevention mode. So when you get in prevention mode, you're first going to have a couple of different slides that will provide you information about how and why prevention is important. And then you're going to be asked to select body areas that you want to focus on for your prevention plan. So we'll select low back pain since we were just looking at that. And when you select low back pain, you're going to get some more information about preventing low back pain and about why it's important to prevent low back pain. Then you're going to be shown a movement that will ask you to perform 10 reps twice a day. And you can add that movement to your dashboard by clicking the green button at the bottom. So if you'd like to add additional movements to your dashboard, you can do so by pressing the plus button and then selecting a different movement. So let's say you wanted to prevent elbow pain, you'd click on elbow, you'd be given a different movement for your elbow pain, and you can add that to your dashboard as well, and then swipe back and forth between the 2 movements. So at any time, if you want to add another movement, you click the green plus button, and if you want to delete a movement, you click the red trash can button. Well, that's going to wrap it up for our preview of the JointStrong mobile app. So we covered both the self-care assessment side as well as the prevention side of the app. Thank you.